Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will design a triple strand bracelet with some bargain bead box subscription. I think maybe it is March, February, I don't know which month it is. So I have leftover beads, these carved out lotus beads. These are glass beads, I guess, and these crackle beads, which is really cute. I really liked it, and we made earrings, necklaces, and so forth. And I have beads left over, so I thought, why not make a triple strand bracelet with it, because still I have beads, right? So I can take advantage of that. So this is what I designed. I already added the beads. See this? I want 3 strands. One is going to be the chain that we got from the box as well, right? The other is going to be this amazing, so this crystal, this 3 millimeter truck crystal that we got from the box. I use these peach lavano seed beads. This is peach lined seed beads. As you guys can see, this is how it looks. It really is pretty. So I use that, and I also use this matte color 3 millimeter or 4 millimeter glass beads, and then I created this pattern. I really like the color combination. It is very pretty in person more than in camera, I would say. In camera it doesn't look that great, but in person it looks very pretty. So I figured this pattern, this one pattern, and then one is going to be the chain, that much I know, and the other is going to be this big beads. So for the big beads, what I did was, let me show you guys. So this is what I did. So we have the spacer beads in the box, so I used the spacer beads from the box, and then the crackle beads, I added 5 of them separated by this spacer bead. Then I added a spacer bead and the bead cap, and then this lotus bead has one side which is the top of the lotus. The bottom of the lotus is the one which is flat, so I added the flat bead cap there. Then that, and then that matte bead, kind of a glass bead that we received. This roundel is from my stash, so I added just 2. It's an asymmetrical pattern. And then here also I added back to back the lotus bead with the bead caps in the back. Then I continued with that matte bead, then this pattern. So this is the pattern that I'm following. It is an asymmetrical pattern, but if you want a symmetrical pattern, you can do that as well. So I did this one strand and this one strand. Both of them I strung in a 7-strand bead stringing wire, nylon coated bead stringing wire, which looks like this. And then I put bead stoppers on either ends, right? So that's done. So I am working on the chain part. So here we go. This is the chain. See, I added a small dangle in this green color. This pretty green crystal, it looks like a bell. This also we received in the box. And I have some thin thin head pins in my stash. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to add the bell shaped in the ear wire, sorry, in the head pins, and then take it and then make a loop, right, just like that. Now what I do is I add this to the chain. So I just eyeballed it because I don't want the end to have a lot of dangles. So from now on I need to be careful. So make the chain flat. So this is how the chain is. So make it flat, 1, 2, and 3, and the third chain we will add again the dangle. Right? And then hold the bead and make a wrap loop. Because it's a very thin one, I'm making a wrap loop. If you are using a thicker head pin, then you can just do a basic loop. That's totally fine as well. Just make it a couple of wraps, and snip off that excess wire. So we have the two dangles here, making sure the dangles lay on the same side. That's what I'm trying to make sure of that. Okay, so this way I'm gonna add more dangles, and then I'm gonna add this chain, and then I will let you guys know how I'm gonna connect it and how I'm going to add the clasp. We got the bigger one, the lobster claw clasp, so I'm gonna use it for the bracelet purposes. I'm gonna add more dangles to my chain. So you can also add the chain directly, or you can add you can cut the chain and add links with the beads. You can do so many different things, whichever appeals to you. So 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. So make sure you have that properly. There we go. And then wrap. You can snip it off and tuck the tail in. So I will do more dangles and come back and show you guys how we can put together. Like this, you can do different things. You can do multiple chains, like 2 chains in different color tones, and then a thinner layer of beads like this, or you can do a bigger one, and then this is way too small, maybe this is 8mm, then you can do a 6 and 3. So you can do many different combination. It's just about the color combos that you like, and also the shape of the beads can also be different. One can be round, one can be oval, one can be rectangle or square. It just truly depends on you, whatever you have in your hand. Hi friends, I finished adding all the dangles, so I didn't start for a little bit, right? So this side also I'm gonna leave that much distance, but first of all what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna secure the beaded ones, then I'll come to the chain. So we need crimp tubes. Okay, so we can do 2 together if you want, but I personally feel that I can do individually is what I feel. It doesn't have to be individual. We can do 2 at a time. That's also perfectly fine. In the sense, these 2 strands which is on bead stringing wire, we can connect those 2 and then do it that way is also fine, or we can do it this way. If we are connecting it, we need a bigger crimp tube, just like that. Okay, so this won't work, we need a bigger one. So first I wanted to show you guys the split ring. Split ring is something that is, this is a jump ring, and I have a split ring as well. See, it goes like a key ring kind of a thing, so it has much more security. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and this. So at the end of this bead I would like a, what do you say, after this bead I would like a seed bead, so that way it will connect well. We can have some seed beads here in handy. Okay, and also here we can end with this spacer bead. Okay, so on both the strands I added 2 of the crimp tubes, which is a size 2 crimp tube, and then I'm going to add this split ring on top of both. So we take the end cord, and you can just put one by one, it's up to you, or you can do both at a time, however you want to. Okay, only one has come in, the other one didn't. Which one is okay? We can do one at a time. There we go. The second one we can do it with our pliers. Once you get both the cords through the crimp tube, the second time just pull everything together. If the other one is, see that, just tighten both up and bring them together. We want the split ring to nicely sit. Rotate that. I want the wider part be there, and make sure you pull these things together if possible. Once you pull all of those, you can go ahead and I'm gonna flat crimp it, but if you want you can use your crimping pliers to crimp it, and then snip off this excess wire. We have 2. There we go. As close as possible. Just be careful of not taking off the wires that you need it to be there. So this is what we have so far, see, and then coming to this part. So this part is going to be connected to this jump ring. I have a decorated open jump ring which is nice and wide and thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip that jump ring into this so that we will have an idea of how much length we gain by adding this big jump ring. And also we need to take into consideration our lobster claw clasp. Hold this and make sure it's nice and closed. Okay, there is the first end, and then also our chain, we need to slip on our chain, which I don't know if it is big enough to. Okay, just open it up and see if we can slip this through that. It will be a tight fit, we don't want that. So I'm gonna, so you can either attach your chain to this split ring, which is what I would want to. Take a small jump ring. You can take whichever jump ring you want. I'm taking this one. Take one end of the chain, slip it through that jump ring right here. This is 18 gauge jump ring, and then I'm just going to add it to the split ring because I don't want any disturbances in my big jump ring that I have, which I'm gonna attach my lobster claw clasp to. See that? This way everything is together and it feels nice and cohesive. So I haven't cut the chain yet, right? So, and then we need to finish the other end as well. First of all, what I am going to do is I'm just going to bring that all together. Okay, just like so. And then I'm gonna take my lobster claw as well. Take my tape measure and see from 0 to 7. So 7.5 inches what we want. So that will give the exact length if I add this here. Again, we need one more jump ring to connect all of these, and then to the lobster claw, right? Because I don't want to add everything to the lobster claw just yet. I want it to be with the jump ring. So again, the smaller jump ring, you can add it and then add another jump ring and then connect it like how you did here. I mean, so we can do a split ring and then a jump ring, and then I think that's what I would do, because it's okay, it will give us a little bit of length, but that's okay with me. I want it to be safe than to be sorry. Even though I trust the thicker gauge jump ring, the wires, the bead stringing wire, it is easier to slip off. So that being said, we have to maybe take one bead off of this, because I'm going to add this to a jump ring, right? That jump ring needs to come, and that needs to be here. So again, the tape measure will work. So almost 7 3/4, which is okay. So that I'm taking it off for sure. And also in this, I'm gonna take quite a bit, but always make sure, okay, make sure that the thinner strand excuse my voice, the thinner strand is slightly bigger than the thicker strand. That you need to make sure about it. So I'm gonna add, just press everything together. Yeah, I'm just gonna add this bead and 2 of the lemon-nose. Slightly bigger, as I said. Okay, that's okay to have a slightly bigger one. So now with these two things, I'm gonna add 2 of the, I want it to be safe, so I am adding 2 crimp tubes, just like how I did the other side, just like so. Okay, just a tad bit more. maybe I don't want. I'll take off one of the jump ring, sorry, one of the levinos, and see if it is good. We essentially don't want them to be both smaller, yeah, slightly bigger. That's a good fit. Now take our jump split ring, add them, and then bring your wires back through the crimp tubes. Use your pliers to take control of these wires. Pull them nice and tight. Okay. See, if you see that this is a little bit like that. And make sure you keep this in a U format before you crimp that down, because we need a little bit of leeway, otherwise this will be very stiff, right? So there we go. We need to keep this in a U format before we crimp this down. Now I'm ready to crimp. Go ahead, and I am flat crimping it, and then taking my wire cutters and snipping off the excess wire. As close as possible. Now that that's done, all we need to do is cut the chain and add it. So again, a jump ring would suffice. So I'm just going to cut the chain again. The chain also I'm going to leave a little bit more. I'm not going to cut it way too close. So probably here. Now what we need to do is take our bent nose pliers, and any sets of needle nose pliers would work. Open up the jump ring. First I will add my chain, and then I will add the split ring to it, and then my lobster claw. Take everything and close the jump ring. Wiggle back and forth. See, it's not closed yet. Just to make sure it's nice and closed. Okay, there we go. And our multi-strand bracelet is done. As you guys can see, it's very, very pretty. And if you wear it, then only you can see the real beauty of it. And it's really nice and pretty. If you want, you can have a dangle here as well. I do have one which I already made and kept, and I didn't use it, so I'm just gonna use the dangle. It's a long dangle, but you can actually have a lot of dangles here. You don't have to stop at one. You can have multiple dangles. The more the dangle, the better it is, and aesthetically pleasing. If you want to do so, you can add 3 different dangles, and this is just a head pin with all the beads stacked. I didn't use the same spacer bead here. This is a dull one from my stash, but you can always substitute that with the ones that you used in the bracelet. But I kind of really like it because you can see 3 different chain, 3 different kind of bead work here in this bracelet, and it kind of looks very, very cute. Let me just remove this and let me just wear it. So this is how it will look, and it looks really pretty. If you do like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. This is a fun project. Do try them out. You can use variety of beads that you have available in your stash, and also having everything together in jump rings will make this very, very nice and subtle and very supple actually. So it won't be stiff. So don't be shy of using jump rings again and again. Don't think we are wasting it, but it actually gives a good movement to the bracelet and it won't be stiff. So thank you. Bye bye. Don't forget to leave any comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, and hit that bell icon and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.